Hello everyone, welcome back to X-Plane 10, and this is the CRJ 200 by Jay Royan. And let me tell you, this thing is awesome. I got it over the past weekend, had a little bit of time with it. I've done some test flights. I've flown from Phoenix here to San Diego, and today we're doing San Diego to Phoenix. I know we've done that route in not X-Plane, FSX at one point in the 757, but we're going to be doing it in the CRJ today in X-Plane 10. So this airplane is completely shut down, cold and dark, just got pulled into the gate. So I'm going to show you how we go through pretty much everything to get it online and get on out of here. So we're using checklists today and charts for our VREF speeds and V speeds and all that good stuff. So let's head up to the airplane and open it up and get it fired up. Welcome aboard the CRJ 200. And on the right-hand side is the red handle. We open that up and bam, passengers can now board the airplane. There's also a cockpit door here. We'll open that up. And you can see there's a co-pilot modeled in there. So we're going to head inside the airplane and start the safety check. Circuit breakers are closed. Nose wheel steering is off. It's not modeled, but it's right there on the left. Hydraulic pumps all are off. Landing gear lever down. Spoilers lever retracted. Flaps are up. Radar is off. ADG manual release is stowed. Battery master is coming on. It'll make some noises. There they go. Gotta love all the noises the CRJ makes. APU. Let's get this baby fired up. So to start the APU, all we gotta do is open up the power fuel there. And that's going to open up the APU door. The APU door is a little tiny door inlet on the back that opens up. Once that's open, we can begin starting it. We'll turn on the APU. LCV will go on after. We'll start the APU. And here it begins. APU is available, so we'll go ahead and hit the APU LCV. Open that guy. And we can put the APU on bus. So once that's done, we'll go with the nav lights on, and now we can work on the IRS system. So we'll come back over here to the center console, and we'll flip these guys over to nav mode, both of these, IRSs 1 and 2. And now we head over here to the MCDU menu. Click in here. We're going to go to position init page, and we're going to be starting at San Diego, so we'll put KSAN in here. Like that, and we'll copy that into the scratch pad and put it in the position, and now it will tell us right here, IRS align, do not taxi. So another thing to keep in mind is we're not doing the fuel. We've already done the fuel load needed for today's trip. I did that before I started because if you mess with that during it, it's going to screw up the aligning of the IRSs from the movement of the airplane when you change the load of the weight and all the good stuff. So that's all good. IRSs are aligning now. Airplane documents are checked. I've got them right in front of me. And we can turn hydraulic 3A on. So hydraulic 3A, we can turn that guy on. Oh, sorry, that's 3B. Other, nope. What are you doing to me? I don't know what it's doing. There we go. Hydraulic 3A is on. FMS initialization, let's do it. Pretty simple to do from here. We're going to go to the flight plan page, and we're doing San Diego to Phoenix today. So KPHX goes in the destination. And that's all good for that part. We can do the departure now, and we're going to be departing runway 27 out of San Diego right now. Winds are 250 at 9, gusting to 15. So taking off a 27, and we're doing the Poggy 4 departure with the India Papa Lima transition. Once that's done, we'll hit execute. We go back to the departure arrival page of Phoenix. And in Phoenix, we're going to be doing the 25 right approach. So we'll go to the next page. We'll do RNAV 25 right. That'll do nicely there. And we can choose the star that we want. Oh, they want the star first. Never mind. So we'll go to the Hyder 1. So let's get a Hyder 1. There it is for 25 right. Looks good. We'll go to the previous page where we just were on page 1 and select RNAV 25 right. Oh, it's not going to oh, they want the transition. Duh. We're going to do Hogs transition, RNAV 25 right. There we go. We don't need an IWA or Zerlo transition. That will work as is. We can execute there and move on to the legs page, and we can double check and make sure all that stuff's right. Still waiting for the IRS as the line, so not too much longer to do there. Let's do our originating checks. Internal and external pre-flight checks are complete. Audio warning panel is normal. Fire detection, fire exit monitor test has been done, complete. Since this is a simulator, we're not going to be doing the fire tests and stuff. Lights, nav are on. Navs are on. Fuel panel is checked. We should have about 7,250. 3,620 in each wing. Looks very nice. Bleed air panel. We can double check that. Bleed air looks like it's going to be all right. We'll turn the isolation valve on when we're ready to start the engines. We don't need to do that right now. Let's turn the packs on. So the passengers now, when they start boarding, can have AC. So that's good. Start panel is checked. Hydraulics are checked. Pressurization is checked. We can do that with these down here. You've got, your ECS hydraulic here. Shows your hydraulics. The ECS shows the APU bleed going into pack 1, providing that AC for the passengers back there. We can click these both. These are just telling us that the APU bleeds on and all this good stuff that we already know. And the RSs have a line, so that's good. Air conditioning check, just did it. Ice detection test, don't need to do it. Windshield, we can put those on low. So the windshield heat's right here. Put those on low. Emergency lights, we can arm those. Those are right here. Oh, they only have on or off. There's no way to arm it. I haven't figured a way to do it. So you just have to put them on so the light goes off. Standby compass is looking good. Stall test, don't need it. GPWS test, don't need it. That's ground proximity warning system. Nose wheel steering's off. Doesn't work anyway. Clocks, it's a simulator. They're already set. EFIS control panels have been checked. Instrument panels are checked. Our current altimeter here in San Diego is 2999. So we'll just move this to 2999. And it's set. That's pretty much all you have to do right there. MLG bay overheat test, don't need it. Upper pedestal. Looks like it's good to me. We'll take care of that stuff here in a minute, but that looks all good. Avionics has been checked. APR is armed. Engine speed, we're not going to worry about that stuff actually right now. Trims, we're going to get that checked. So let's go to the status page. And we're going to do 7.8 on the stab trim today. So we'll pull that baby back to 7.8. Ooh, right there. Beautiful. 7.8. Yaw dampers. Let's engage those babies. They're right here. And lower pedestal. We'll check that guy. Nav. Looks good. Standby. Awesome. Radar is on weather. We're all good. So all we have to do now is do the before start check. Let's get everybody on board the airplane first. Okay, the tug driver's all hooked up down there, so all we gotta do now is get our V-speeds all set to go here. So all we gotta do is look at aircraft weight and fuel, and you can see our total weight right now is 41,867. So 41,867. And I've got my information here. 867, we're gonna be at 41,888. And I have my speeds right here ready to go. So for flaps 8 departure, V1's going to be 127. To do that, we'll flip this guy over to V-speeds mode. And we're going to go the first one to 127. Ooh, where are you at? There we go, 127. We'll hit the select button. Move to rotate at 130. Go to 130. Select that. And then we'll go to V2 of 141. So 141. And we'll do a target speed of 168. So to do that, we'll hit select there. We'll slip this guy back over to target, and we'll move that up to 168. So our climb out speed will be 168 and selected. So those V speeds are set. And I think we can go ahead and do a before start checklist after they get the cabin door closed. Okay, doors closed. And we'll close the cockpit door as well. On the left-hand side, you see this call, lock, and buy. That's a payware add-on called Tugmaster by JAR Designs. And that's what you saw down there, the little tug moving around and stuff. It's a pushback controller, and it's pretty amazing. I really, really, really do enjoy it. Let's do before start checks. Passenger signs. Turn those babies on. Those are on. Okay. Pressurization panel. We're going to make sure that that's going to be right. The cabin pressure is here. So what we'll do for that is we're going to click here. There it goes. And you can see down here we have landing elevation of 100. We want that to read 1147 or 37 in Phoenix. Phoenix elevation is 1135. That's what I meant to say. So 1135. We'll move this till it's 1135, or the best that we can get it, actually. So move this guy to 1135. Come on. And might be as close as we can get it right there. Oh, okay. Not doing it that well. 1145. That's as good as it's going to get. Oh, 1140. Okay. It even moved more for whatever reason. So the pressurization panel is set. Altimeter set. 29999. Anti-skid test has been completed. We don't have to do that. FMS IRS is set. Radios and nav aids set for departure. Parking brakes are on. Takeoff briefing has been complete. We're doing the POGI for departure. And that's what it was, right? Yep, on the departure leg, that is the POGI 4 with the India Papa Lima transition. So on the legs page, we can flip this guy over here to the format. This guy needs to be actually not nav 1. Oh, okay. We can go to that mode if we want. I still haven't figured out how to change that. Nav source, we need to move that guy over to the FMS. So we'll go all... Come on. You can do it. I know you can do it. I have faith in you. Down. FMS. There we go. That's all set. And now we can... I'm trying to figure out how to step through. On a Boeing, you can just hit step and it goes to the next one. Delete that. I don't know why that's messages in there. So we're going to climb on 27 to Jetty. We'll go to Loma. We'll go to PGY to browse intersection, and then the transition of India Papa Lima. And if we move our range out, you can see there's the whole flight into Phoenix. And it's pretty much all good to go. I don't think we need to really mess with any of that. If we had a co-pilot, we would match all the information to make sure it made sense to everybody. Bring this range back in for our departure. And we're pretty much cleared and ready to push. And cockpit to ground. Everything's all set up here. We're ready for push. Brakes released. Clear to push. All right, they're pushing us back, and now we can do the fun part. We get to open the isolation valve open on the APU. And let's do clear to start checklist here. We'll make sure the beacon's on, which it is now. Papers are on board. Takeoff data is set. Doors are closed and locked. Beacon on. Fuel pumps. Gravity, X flow, and quantity. We can keep that guy on there. But actually, you know what? No, we're just going to leave those off for right now. I've had issues with that in the past. Parking brake is off. Packs, we'll go ahead and turn those both off for start. And we'll do engine ignition. We'll do A today. You switch it up once in a while. Engines were pretty much clear to start. So to start the engines, all we're going to do on our way back is hit start on the right side. We'll start engine 2 first. Engine 2 is climbing there. Once it gets to 19, we're going to add fuel to that engine. There's 19, so we'll go right side engine. There goes the little beep. We're being pushed back still. And we're going to have them move us, actually, tail to the right. We can get a little more speed. There we go. And that sucker is coming online. Excellent. Let's start engine 1. And brakes are set. You're clear to disconnect the tow bar. All right, they've finished their pushback, and we have brakes set. We're going to go ahead and set our brakes for them as they disengage their tow bar back there. There is the little guy right there. And after start checks, Gen 1 and 2 are on. Ignition A is off. Left and right packs are on, so they can have some air back there now. Anti-ice. Probes are on. APR, tested and armed. Electrics have been checked. Rudder has been checked. And nose wheel steering is armed. It doesn't really matter because it's not, again, you know, modeled. So, okay, we'll say bye-bye to him. He's going to head off and do his own thing. And we're good to go there on the push. Got to watch out for these damn fuel trucks around here. They'll run us over. All right, with all that information good to go, we're pretty much ready for our taxi checklist now. So we can shut down the APU. We don't need that guy open anymore. Isolation valve closed. APU, LCV, and we can go ahead and close. Turn off the APU and close the door for the APU. And APU gen off. Turn our hydraulics on now. Make sure they're all working so we can actually move the flight control surfaces. All right, taxi checklist. Flaps. Flaps are going to be 8. Here they come down right there. Flaps 8 set. Flight controls. Free and correct. Trims and stabs 7.8 green. Thrust reversers. Let's make sure this stuff is armed. So reversers are armed. And we'll do the spoilers as well in case of an RTO. Flight instruments have been checked. 29er, 9er. FMS is tuned. And BTMS, we'll just say it's checked because we don't know what the hell that is. Alrighty, we're ready to taxi, so we'll go ahead and turn on the taxi lights and release the parking brake. There we go. Excellent. And let's taxi down to runway 27. Add a little bit of power. And let's get out of the way of these vehicles since we're on this little service road out here. Move out to where the taxi lines are. All right, as we taxi down here to 27, I made a few adjustments. I went ahead and made sure that our derated takeoff was set, and all you have to do is go to the performance page on the MCDU there and hit thrust limit and click takeoff, and it puts that little blue guy right there. So that's all we did there. Let's make sure we're back on the legs page, which we are. Beautiful. And cleaned up some MCP stuff, meaning that selected the flight director, navigation mode. I went over to vertical speed and put 2.2 on the vertical speed, and everything else should be pretty much good to go. We can just go ahead and do our before takeoff checklist. Lights and strobes as required. Turn our landing lights on and our strobe lights on. Logo and all that good stuff is as well. Fuel cross flow is off. Ignition anti-ice is set. Flight attendants. We need to advise them. Flight attendants be seated for takeoff. Okay, they have been advised. Transponder TCAS. Let's make sure that guy is on R. There we go. Radar is set. CAS checked and cleared. Bugs, we've reviewed them. And V1, 127, VR, 130, V2, 141, and a target speed climb out, 168. Air and packs are on. And the before takeoff checklist is complete. Clear for takeoff, runway 27. Let's do it. A little bit of power. And it's a little gusty out here today. So Like I said, you know, the winds are 250 at 9, gusting to 15, so it should be interesting. Line up on the runway. Very nice. And we'll go ahead and set our power to a little bit of power there to make sure that looks good, and it is. And take off. Push nose down a little bit. Take off power set. On a D rate. 80 knots. Cross check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Ooh, hello. Trying to get my trim set where I want it. Here we go. Looking better. Excellent. And we're going for our target speed, which is a little fast, a little slower than this, so we bring that nose up a little bit more. And autopilot engaged as we fly direct to jetty. And climbing out at 2.2. There's 200 on the speed there. We'll start cleaning up our flaps here in a second. Over to departure. As we head towards jetty, let's get a range a little closer. Here we go, so we can see what's going on. And then we go over to Loma. Flaps up. Flaps coming up. Climb thrust. Let's go to performance. Thrust limit, climb. Climb thrust set. We're 2,700 for flight level 270 right now. Once we cross over jetty, we'll make that left turn and head over to Loma. Let's go over here to the legs page to make sure everything looks like it's working correctly, which it is. And we're starting to turn towards Loma. Climb through 5,000 feet and climb check, please. Landing gear up, lights out. Flaps are up. Fuel cross flow is set. APU and bleeds are off. Lights and passenger signs are on. Thrust reversers are going to be off. So off and off and off on the spoilers. CS is checked and cleared.